can you please give us a small introduction to yourself and how you got into writing?
Yes, my name's Ronnie Mathews. Originally, I actually had a Bookstagram account, and it was called Words to Escape, and I had that for about 2 years. That's where I kind of fell in love back with romance. So I haven't grown up wanting to be an author or anything like that. And then stories just started to come to me as I was getting back into romance and reading and everything like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna try my hand at writing a book. If I like it and I feel like it could go somewhere, I'll self-publish it. And yeah, nearly 1 year since I published my first book. I'm about to publish my third book, and yeah, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Was there any sort of book that really inspired you? Do you remember reading a book that you really loved and was like, yeah, I want to try, give this a go?
So, Consider Me by Becca Mack was the book that I think I always remember reading as I got back into reading, and especially I had never really read romance before. I'd always kind of been, like your dystopian and everything like that when I was like in my teens. So like that, I mean, I read that book probably like twice a year and everything. And Becca's amazing. Like she's been really great to speak to as I've started my author journey as well. So yeah, that book always sticks with me.
But it was quite lovely being able to talk to her and get advice from her, and then someone who inspired you to kind of get into writing, and then she's now helping you out.
Yeah. She helped me find my editor, which has been amazing, just all those connections. So, yeah, really appreciative of her.
That's what I love about the Bookstagram community, because I'm obviously on there, and it is so great. Like, I've tried my hand at the odd bit of writing, it's never gone anywhere, but I just know if I did want to take it somewhere, there's so many people on there that I'm so happy to help and give you advice.
So helpful. It's quite daunting entering this space, and I'd made connections with authors and other Bookstagrammers, and because I kind of it's a completely different kettle of fish when you enter there. And I was like, oh my God, how are people going to react to me? Like, so helpful. So helpful.
Yeah, I can only imagine that would definitely be a massive step to go from being the one that's reading and promoting books to being the one, okay, let's promote my book. I bet
Yeah.
that's quite a big jump, a great jump nonetheless. So what really drew you to your current genre and style? And obviously you said you've read Becca Mathews, but is there anything that really drew you to the romance genre? Or
I think the consistency of romance, you always know that, okay, there might be quite a lot of bumps in the roads. It can be, quite a more emotionally draining sometimes some of the stories. I mean, they're my types of books. I mean, I hate to say it, but I do love to see readers cry. It sounds awful, but like that's...
And as a reader, we almost love to cry.
Yeah.
In a weird way. We hate it, but we love it.
Yeah. And I think that's definitely like kind of my style, but you always know you're going to get that happy ending.
Yeah.
So even though I'm drenching the pages with tears, I'm like, I'm going to get my happy ending at some point, so it's okay.
If you don't have the happy ending, then that's some sadistic thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I once read a romance book and I never ever give 1 stars because I hate that the authors put so much work into it, but they killed off one of the main character at the end of the book, and I was like, what was the point of the book? Honestly,
I'd argue that isn't a romance, but
that's not romance. That's like a horror.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to read like 5 really ridiculously happy books after that. I was like traumatized. My parents were like, are you okay? No, I'm not. Would you say you're more plot driven or people driven in your storytelling?
I'd say people. I've definitely gotten more into the plot now, but I like complicated, messy characters, and a lot of seeing them go on their like journey of like self-discovery, all that cliche stuff. But like usually that's what's driving my story, is to just see them evolve as characters.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's hard because you might plot out a book, but then the characters are always like, no, I want to
they take
evolve.
control.
Yeah. Do you often find the characters always come to you first, then an idea of a story?
Yeah, and especially, so at the minute I'm writing an interconnected standalone series, so it's 4 books. So when I wrote the first book, I already had to kind of plan out all of the side characters and give kind of a bit of an idea of what their personalities are like. So when I wrote book 1, the main characters for book 4, I knew who they were, but I didn't really know what their story was going to look like, really.
What's your writing routine like? Is it quite chaotic or structured? Can it be every
I write when I can. So I work full time, so I write when I can. I do have a desk, like I'm at it now, but I tend to just write from bed a lot. It's probably so
Mm.
bad for my back. Snacks, coffee, energy drink, anything like that. I just like to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I like music as well, but sometimes depending on what scene I'm writing, it'll be quite quiet. So it's mood driven by my
Yeah.
I'm feeling in the moment.
Would you say you're a mood reader as well as a mood writer?
And
Definitely.
since, I mean, you'll know when you're in the Bookstagram community and you like sign up for arcs and stuff like that,
Mm.
you're almost like, right, I have to read this. But I've loved now that I don't do arcs anymore, and I'm just like, do you know what? I'm going to pick up this book, and if I don't feel it, I can move along, and I don't feel as guilty anymore. So absolutely, I'm taking full advantage of my mood reader.
I barely do any arcs these days because I feel like whilst you're so happy to read a new book and you might love the author, unless it's an author that's like your unicorn author,
Yeah,
I feel like I had the pressure to read it on a time crunch, and maybe as I'm not in the mood to read that sort of book, I might want to read what a dark mafia romance instead of a small town one. And
yeah.
I've stopped doing as many now, but the old ones when they come through, I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to read it.
You
When
almost
I
forgot
read
that you've
it.
applied for the arc.
Yes, and then it comes out, and you're like, yes. So no, it can be definitely a mixed bag with arcs and mood reading, but I
Yeah.
bet it's quite nice. Do you have an arc team, or are you just doing it just self-publishing now?
So I have a street team, and they get first dibs on the arcs. And I work with Love Notes PR. Ellie, she's amazing. So she's done my arcs and like my promotional tours for the last couple of books. My street team are amazing. Like they've majority of them have been with me since before my debut book. Starting to like ramp up all the promotion and stuff like that. And they're just so supportive. It's amazing to just have. I think to just have people that just are there to just hype you up.
Yeah,
You know.
honestly, they are the biggest hype team. I know
Yeah.
I'm on a few street teams, and it is just a great community and
Yeah.
nice group to even just chat about the books.
Yeah.
It is a great time. How does it feel giving now that you are giving the arcs? How does it feel when you do that? Is it quite daunting or exciting?
I felt physically sick when I
Yeah.
first sent my first books out. Like I didn't know how to like handle it. I've actually just sent a few arcs out to a couple of people that do like create content for me. So I've
Mm.
given them the third book. It doesn't release for another month, and it's kind of I don't know. It is in my brain. I'm just like it is what it is. I've put
Mm.
all into the book. If people don't like it, and I'm just. It's kind of like when you send like risky text.
Yeah.
You send percent, then you throw it across the room, and you don't want to look at your phone. So
Honestly, I mean, I can't even imagine how daunting it is, but I bet because you're proud of the work and you're happy with it, I feel like it's a massive, like, yeah, I did this. If people
yeah,
decide to not like it, is it sometimes a bit of a,
I think because I have like quite a big I have alpha and beta readers
mm,
again who I've been with most of them since the first book, and they're so honest.
mm,
They will tell me like no this isn't working, and I think I trust their word. So when it comes to me finishing coming to the end of editing and everything like that, I'm like, do you know what, this is the best that it's going to get, and I'm
yeah,
proud of this story. And I think sometimes it might not deliver to readers, but you just need to find your people. So I think at the end of the day as an author, if I'm happy with it, that's
that's what I'm.
you're probably your biggest critic though, aren't you? So
Yes. Oh, definitely. I mean, you can't please everyone,
no.
but you can't even please yourself sometimes. It is difficult. Um, Oh, I definitely can relate to that, and I'm not even a writer. What's your most weirdest, unexpected source of inspiration that you've had? I know it's a big question.
No, I don't know if it's weird. I used to drive a lot of work, like up and
Mm.
down the country, like 3 hour car journeys, and something would just come into my head, and I was like, oh my god, I'm on the middle of the motorway. Like, so what I'd do is I'd like get Siri to like text my husband, and it would just be like the most
I love
random
it.
text message, and then I'd have to follow up and like, don't worry, this is just a book idea. Like, I'm not losing my mind, right? Because there's no context. He's just getting this text.
Can you imagine if it's like a really interesting scene,
Yeah,
like, I don't know, car accident or something like that, and then your husband receives it, he's like, what on
intrusive
earth?
thoughts or something like that. Yeah, but I'm just like, I mean, my notes are just a hot mess of. I don't know how I make sense of it sometimes, but one of the biggest tips was if you get an idea, write it down. Like
Yeah.
even if you don't use it for five until 5 books later, write it down.
Yeah. Do you often find yourself literally in the middle of a task, like you said, right, like driving, and you have to like stop what you're doing? Like you could be cooking. Like for example, what happened to me, just a really weird example. I was just making onion bhajis.
Love it.
I don't know if it was the tediousness of chopping up all the onions or what, But I was like, right, stop what I'm doing. I'm gonna go write, and I ended up writing for like 2 hours. Does that ever
Love
happen to
that.
you where you just have to like drop everything and be like, right, I've
Yeah.
got to, sorry, go.
I just thinking about like yeah, just scenes. I'll be like waiting to like check out in the supermarket or something like that, and I'm just
Mm.
thinking about them all the time. It's probably
Oh.
unhealthy the relationship I have with my characters, but oh well.
I can just picture you like picking up eggs or something and then burst out laughing at what this character you think would say or do.
Yeah,
Imagining it
people are
kind of,
probably like, "She okay?" like in the middle of our
no,
stuff.
I've got voices. I've got voices in my head. What's your favourite trope to write, and which one do you secretly love to read?
I've only written it once, but I know that I will probably write it to the end of time as second chance.
Yeah,
Um, that's just like my jam, and that is one that I've always loved reading as well. It's just something that's like one of those rip your
angst.
heart out tropes as
Mm,
well. Um,
100%.
yeah, yeah, always that. It was the first. It was the first one that in my series, and I've got like a side project at the minute, and that's second chance. I'm just like so excited to get it back into it.
Imagine it has like a lot of angst and tension. Like, I don't even. I bet
Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, any book that has that sort of level of angst is like perfect to me. Have you read "Say You Swear"
yes,
by?
yeah,
Loved
that's a
it.
really popular one,
Obviously, it's a different vibe to Second Chance, but
but it's
it's
still really angsty.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it made you cry.
yeah,
What it did for me. 3 a.m. in the morning, sobbing.
love that. That's my type of book. Love it.
It is a great book. Can you please give us a brief overview of your recent release?
So that's just one moment. That's the second book. Can be read as a standalone. I call them my precious fall angels. So the book is set in a coastal Maine, and it's like fake dating, but the male main character is just he is absolutely precious. He wears glasses. He's shy. Is really reserved and doesn't always know how to kind of communicate his emotions. So he writes them down in the journal. The moment he sees her, he's like head over heels, and he writes like little haikus about her. And he's gone through it. He's gone. I know. I get
It sounds
emotional saying it.
amazing.
And he came out of like a really long term relationship, and she was just awful. Like she didn't like accept his character. And then in walks this like curvy baker, and he's just like, oh my god, but I'd never be good enough for her, but and they just go on this whole fake dating kind of convenience thing, and they both have a lot of like baggage to unpack, but it's the way that they're so different, but the way that they bring out the best in each other, and they're so supportive, and yeah, they are just so,
Sold.
it's really cute. There is
Oh,
spice, like don't get me wrong, like quiet guy with a filthy mouth kind of thing, like kind of hits
it's
you out of
always the
nowhere.
quiet ones.
It is. But yeah, they're just so. It's probably my sweetest book ever. Like, kind of gives you tooth decay kind of sweetness.
Honestly, that's making me want to start reading it right now. Sorry, gotta go. Gonna read your book right now.
Love it. Go on, I let you.
Honestly, that does sound like the perfect book for me. What's that one called?
Just one moment,
Just one moment. Anyone who's watching this, hopefully readers do watch this, please go read that because I'm gonna go read that right now after
please.
this. Honestly, that sounds brilliant.
He's so
And
cute.
then we'll move on to your next, but then can you give us any sneak peeks or any teasers towards it or an overview of it?
So this is there's the series is made up of three brothers and the fourth book. I haven't revealed the male main character, so I'm not going to say that just yet. But there's three brothers, and this is the youngest brother, the third book. His name's Booth, and he's the character in the series. And everyone's like, when are they going to get a book? When are we going to?
Mm.
Booth is that person for this series. I think people are like kind of chomping at the bit because he is a bit of like a flirty playboy, not massively. He's just such a goofball. He squeals, like he's ridiculous. And he's really cocky, and he thinks that he sees this woman at the town's full fair, and he's like, yeah, like, I'm going to have a little word with her. Maybe we can go out for drinks, have dinner, blah, blah. She humbles him brilliantly. Like, he goes up in flames. He can't get his words out. He insults her. And then there's a bit of a reveal of who her character is. So he goes from kind of pining after her to probably wanting to strangle her. Kind of thing. So yeah,
We
and
love that.
their banter is just my all-time favorite. Yeah, but that's all we need. So that's the third one that comes out on the 5th of June.
Very exciting then, honestly. All these books are sounding amazing. It's terrible for my TBR. I'm saying this to every author that I'm interviewing. So this is a new to me event, and a lot of the authors, I think, except for one pen name, all of them are new to me authors, which is really
Oh,
exciting.
amazing!
So doing these interviews and getting to know the author is really nice, but also my TBR is like just piling up there,
Endless.
honestly. I had a really sad thought the other day, like, I'm never going to be able to read every book on my TBR.
I used to say this
Never.
to myself. I was like, I'm gonna die with my TBR.
This is like, for a reader, that's so sad. Honestly. People are saying there's going to be blackouts. I'm like, honestly, I need one just to read all the books on my shelf. Obviously, I don't want one, but I need one. I need to be locked in my room with my books and like, right, you're not allowed to look at any new
It's
book,
so hard.
read them. It is.
So hard.
And I bet as a writer, it's hard because you want to read, but then you want to write. So it's just like juggling the time.
Yeah, and I can't read in genre, so small town used to be like one of my favorite kind of sub genres to read, and I can't read it anymore, especially when I'm like drafting. So I actually read a lot of like kind of darker mafia romance because it's just completely different,
Different.
and it just kind of means that I can is a treat. Reading is a massive treat for me now. You know, getting in bed with a cup of tea
Yeah.
and opening up my Kindle. So
I can imagine it's a bit like a brain refresh as well. You've just been writing really sweet romance, and you're like, right, this guy is morally grey, he's the villain, or he's whatever, and you're
yeah,
like, yes.
yeah, complete opposite of my green flag guys.
No, I love that. Do you have any hobbies outside of writing and reading?
Oh, cooking. Let's say cooking.
Cooking.
I
Yeah.
do really like cooking, like kind of trying out new recipes. Other than that, I'm so boring. Like I'm reading and I'm writing like all the time,
Mm.
and then yeah, working. So yeah, we'll go with cooking. So it looks
Especially
like I've
because you've
got
got a
a bit of an
full-time job as
interest.
well. Because
Yeah,
obviously a lot of authors have kind of given that up to then start writing, so you're kind of having to
yeah,
juggle it all. It's like
yeah.
not enough time for hobbies. Yeah, so do you prefer writing or reading now, would you say? I know reading is more of a treat.
Writing. I think just because it is. I mean, I used to say reading was an escape, but it's like all these. I always used to describe my brain as like a film reel, and there was always stuff going on, and it's like almost like I've got this like output for all these ideas now, whether it's writing something in my notes or actually going into my current whip. I just love it. Any opportunity I can get, I'm picking up my phone or my laptop to write.
And just taking that chance. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess it's because you might read a book and you get frustrated that, oh no, I want something else to happen. When you're writing, it's all up to you. You can
full
decide.
control. Yeah,
Full control. No, I bet that's really nice. Any favorite authors or recent reads that you've really loved or
yeah. Recently, so like I've been in a bit of a darker mood. I recently read Maggie Rawdon's Bull Rush, and
Bullish?
that was really good. So it's like a dark cowboy, and that was really really good.
Dark
Uh,
Cowboy.
yeah,
I don't think
and
I
then I
don't know.
read Elliot Rose's the first book in his series. Gosh, what's it called? I'm so bad at remembering titles because I just pick them up. But it's her. I'm gonna get it up on my Kindle so I can remember. I've got it on my phone here. But Elliot Rose, and it was so good. Both really, really good. Like morally great characters, lots of spice, amazing. So it was a little bit of small town, but kind of more morally grey, darker.
That's quite nice because I do love small town. But sometimes you need that extra oomph or the humor or something. I
Yeah,
feel like it needs a little something to make it really good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm very excited to read your one with a really sweet guy. That is
Oh,
honestly, I
yeah.
can't stop thinking about that now. I love an angsty romance. It's like the quiet ones. Yeah, is this gonna be your first time attending the Armories or?
Yes, yeah, yeah. So this is like I only have done one signing event so far, and it was like a small one, about 20 other authors. So this is a really big event for me, and I should hopefully have the entire of my small town series released as well by then. Um,
That is very exciting then to have it on
yeah,
your
that'll be really
table.
good to have all four of them ready for readers to kind of buy, and I think just to interact with readers
Yeah,
as well, and other authors, meet people that I haven't met before, but I've kind of been speaking to in DMs.
I think that is the most exciting thing is being able to talk to people that and putting faces to names and just being able to get the whole lovely atmosphere of the community really because it is a community and it is so
Yeah.
lovely. Have you attended signing events as a reader before, or is this your second overall?
No, so I have helped out another author before, Lulu Moore. So I've been to two rare events with her.
Oh, nice.
Went to Edinburgh last year, and then I helped at London the year before. And I never really went as a reader. I think I was too intimidated to go. as like a reader, like,
Yeah,
just the big crowds
it's
and everything.
it's
But going as
overwhelming.
yeah, going as an assistant, that was really fun.
It'd be my dream to do that. I did contact one author, but she's already. It was quite late in the game, because I didn't think it was going to be here this summer. I thought I was going to be working away somewhere, so
Ah,
I left it open. So then I contacted one author, and she's obviously filled the team up. But being able to do volunteering, that'd be amazing. But I've kind
it
of
was
bit the
fun.
bullet, and I've just bought the ticket to go. So that's a lot of money already.
You're gonna have so much fun on the day.
Yeah, definitely. I went to Edinburgh, and that was brilliant. 2 days as well. 2 days is a
Yeah.
long
Oh, we might have
time.
walked past each other.
Probably. I mean, I was red-faced carrying a big cart, so I was every which way on
Yeah, it
those
was a
days.
long, it was a lot, and it was like there was loads of levels and loads of floors as
Yes,
well.
that
Yeah,
was interesting. I mean, there's just so many authors and loads of areas to go in. So yeah, because obviously the London one's this massive, massive room.
yeah.
I'm trying to think which one would have more authors. Obviously, the Edinburgh is 2 days, so technically it's more authors. But like just on one day,
It's
there's
a really
so
big room. The XL in London. It's massive.
it
Yeah,
is
yeah. That's
humongous.
just one day.
I
So
know.
yeah.
Getting it all fit it all in. On that time, I had early entry, and it was like really nice. It was all quiet, and then you just see how many people come in, and you're like, whoa. And I
Great.
couldn't get it for the Edinburgh one, and I'll see if I can get a last minute one for this London one coming up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna go to that one, or you're not?
No, no, I'm not. I think yeah, it's just too much going on now to
Yeah,
kind of do the assistant jig and then doing all the writing and stuff. But I would, I'd love to try to, attend as many UK based sign-ins as possible because
yes,
it seems like that the romance community is growing even more. Like we're seeing
massively.
bookshops opening up, more like kind of big sign-ins, like
Mm.
rare and stuff. So it's exciting.
Well, hopefully we get to see you at a rare one day, and I can see
Yeah, that
you
would
at
be
the
really
table.
good.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
But I'm excited for the armories. I'm really excited to see the building and just like
Yeah.
it seems really well organised.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's my first time attending, so I'm excited to see it. It's quite a big event, isn't it? How many authors is it? I can't. Isn't
You're
it
asking the wrong. My brain's
many?
like
100, isn't it? At least I would.
I think it's quite a big one. They've got quite a lot
Yeah.
of tickets sold. Yeah.
Yes, I'm really excited. I mean, I've seen on photos in the past, and it looks like such a really big event. So I'm very excited to go and attend as a volunteer for the first time
I
at any
know.
signing event.
That would be really
I'll.
fun. You get kind of like get the background. You get to speak to
Yeah.
like authors. I think whilst you're not waiting in their queue and stuff
Mm.
like that. It's really like it's a fun networking opportunity.
Oh, honestly, I am so excited for it. This is my first time doing interviews as well, so
Yeah.
trying
Oh,
bigging
you
that
wouldn't
up as
think this
well.
has been so much fun.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you. I have been telling all the authors so far, like, this is my first time,
Oh
bear
no.
with me. Because, like, whilst I sometimes might seem on Instagram, like, you can appear confident and extroverted, inside I'm really, like, introverted and, like, okay, this is
Oh, I'm
out of
so awkward in person.
the same. I'll be going up to the authors and be like, hi, how
We
are
just like
you?
come to my table and I'm like, want a book?
Yes, all my money, take my
Just so
money.
awkward.
Sometimes where I've gone into authors where I've either forgotten that I've read their books, which is so bad, and love their books. I went up to one, I was like, "Oh, you're a new to me author. What would you recommend me start with?" Really awkward. And then she's like, "This one." I'm like, "Oh wait, I've read that. It was really good, by the way. Thank you."
You're probably
Honestly,
fine with that.
I'm so awkward with it all, but yeah, I'm very excited to go and try make as much content as possible. I don't
Yeah,
know
really
in
good.
what form. I'll make a plan at some point and I'll see
You've got
how
a bit
it.
of time, luckily.
Yes, I've been very like segregated in my thinking and planning. So I've just been on a ski season in France for 4 months. So that was very
Wow.
busy work,
Yeah.
like 50-hour weeks where I didn't have much time, and if I did have time, I was going to go skiing instead of
Yeah.
barely even read sometimes. So then that's why I'm late to start the interviews, because two girls have already started doing them. I think they started them in January.
Oh
Have
wow.
you seen them on the Facebook page at all?
No, actually, yes, I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
really lovely. She's been so helpful with advice and all of this because
Oh,
they have a podcast. So yeah, I've been late to getting started with these interviews. So now that I'm on the interviews, I'll then next process on what to do and stuff, and then I'll take it by then and
it'd be
try
good.
and
I'm excited to see you on the day, see you at the event as well, see what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, I'm so excited, and hopefully buy a few books in the meantime. See if I've got time to be quickly like, oh, that looks good. Let me just read that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. It's been lovely chatting with you and getting to know you, and hopefully this gives readers a bit of extra something before the event to get the hype up. And I look forward to meeting you in person and
You too.
coming to see those completed series.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.